We begin this morning's class from where we stopped yesterday. Yesterday, we were learning and discussing about the central problems of the economy, which were number one, what to produce, how to produce, and for whom to produce. Now, yesterday, I gave you the notes on what to produce. Today, we will now discuss how to produce. So kindly get your copy ready, your pen ready. Take down the notes. How to produce is also called the problem of choice of technique of production. Choice of technique of production. There are two techniques. Number one, labor intensive technique. Labor intensive technique. It uses more labor and less of capital. Second technique, capital intensive. Capital intensive. It uses more of capital within the brackets, write machines, and less of labor. The choice of labor intensive would mean that the economy makes better use of its available manpower. While the choice of capital intensive would mean that the economy develops its infrastructural base required for rapid economic growth. Now, the choice of technique depends upon the producer. or on the objective of the producer. India uses or prefers labor intensive technique due to the abundance of labor and the developed economies prefer capital intensive techniques. Efficient technique is the one which uses the least amount of scarce resources to produce the maximum. So this is about how to produce. How to produce involves what technique should the producer adopt, and there are two techniques, labor and capital intensive, and we discussed that the producer has to choose which type of technique he should adopt or adapt to while in the process of production. The third, for whom to produce. This is also called the problem of distribution of national income. The problem of for whom to produce is the problem of determining the wage rate for the use of labor, rent for the use of land, rent for the use of land, interest rate for the use of capital, and profits for the entrepreneur. more equitable, is the distribution of income. More equitable will be the distribution of the national product. So equal distribution, if the national product if the national income is distributed equally, then what happens? Everyone will get an equal share in it. Like, there are the 4 factors of production. You must be aware from class 10. The factors of production are land, labor, capital, and enterprise. What does land get in return for land? You get rent, labor gets wages, capital gets interest, and the entrepreneur gets profits. So, how is this national income distributed among the people? Is it equitable, that is equally, or it is unequal? This is the big problem. If they say that the problem for whom to produce is to determine, to know how to distribute this national income in the form of wages, in the form of rent, in the form of interest, in the form of profits. This is what I have given you. So now there are, write down, there are 2 aspects for whom to produce. There are 2 aspects for whom to produce. Number 1, personal distribution. Personal distribution. This is concerned with distribution of production among the consumers in the society. And second, functional distribution. Functional distribution. This is concerned with distribution of production or income generated through production among the factors of production, which is land, labor, capital, and entrepreneur. These are the 4 factors of production: land, labor, capital, and entrepreneur. So these are the 3 problems of a central economy. Now we come to the next topic. Production possibility curve. Production possibility curve, which is also called production possibility frontier. Production possibility frontier, or it can simply be called the transformation curve. Transformation curve, and in abbreviation PPC, production possibility curve, abbreviation would be PPC. This is the new topic for today. So this goes by three names. You must be aware of all the three names. Anything could be asked. Either discuss or what is production possibility curve, what is PPC, or what is production possibility frontier, what is transformation curve. They all mean the same. So write down a definition of production possibility curve or PPC. Definition. PPC shows all possible combinations of two goods which an economy can produce with full and efficient use of its given resources and available technology. For example, production possibility. We need two goods. Let's take one consumer good like wheat, and one we will take a capital good, let's say guns. We'll take 5 possibilities. If we go to produce, let's say these are in tons, and these are also in thousands, let's say in thousands. Okay, let's say lakh tons, and 10, 9, 7. Now this is a small little schedule I have drawn to show what is PPC. PPC shows possible combinations of two goods which an economy can produce. Now, suppose the economy wants to follow the A possibility. Now remember children, resources are always scarce, technology could also be scarce. So if you choose A possibility, he will be able to produce, let's say 10,000 guns and no wheat. This should give you an impression that probably we are in a state of war, or we are in a state of defending our nation. So on that time, everything is put towards the production of guns. No wheat is produced. B possibility could be 1 lakh wheat, and because we are producing both the goods, so naturally this will have to reduce because the resources from here is now being employed here. So now from 10, let's say it comes down to only 9,000 guns. Third possibility could be I will produce 2 lakh tons of wheat. Again, this will come down. To increase this, this has to decrease, right? D, again we are increasing 3 lakh tons. Again this will decrease, let's say, to a figure of 4,000. And if we are in a peaceful atmosphere, we would go all for producing wheat, no guns. Now these are possibilities. Possibilities, combinations of two goods which an economy can produce with the efficient use of its limited resources and available technology. Okay, this is called the schedule. This can be also be given in a form of a graph. In the graph, we have the x-axis, we have the y-axis, point of origin. On the x-axis, we will take wheat. Wheat starts from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And on the y-axis, we will show the guns, which is maximum 10. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's go on. 9, and we have here 10. Okay. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now we will plot this. This is for wheat and this is for guns. In the first possibility, 0 wheat, 10 guns. So we will place 1 point over here. Okay. Then second possibility, 1 wheat, 9 guns. 1 wheat, 9 guns here. 2 wheat, 7 guns. 7 guns. 3 wheat, 4 guns. 3, 4. And 4 wheat, no guns. When we join these points up, this is point A, point B, this is point C, this is point D, this is point E, and this is called the PPC curve. This is called a schedule, PPC schedule. Schedule has been converted into a curve or a graph. Have you understood, children? We will stop till here and we will continue from here onwards on Monday. Kindly keep your notes up to date.